Capitol Hill in Washington is again the nation's focal point as the 80th Congress convenes during one of the most crucial periods in the nation's history. The Republican-controlled Congress takes the helm in the House. Halleck of Indiana, in his role as Majority Leader, hands the gavel to Joe Martin of Massachusetts, first Republican Speaker since 1931. Following the Republican landslide of 1946, the GOP now possesses a clear working majority in both branches of Congress. A short time after convening, the Speaker takes his place and receives the applause of his colleagues. Mr. Martin is then sworn in to the high office that is his. He is faced by 430 members of the new House, whom he in turn swears in. It is among these men that many of the finance bills will originate, bills that will have a vital bearing on America's economy during the coming years. Senator Barkley, now Minority Leader, arrives, as does Senator-elect Bilbo, storm center of a controversy which raged over his seating and threatened for a time to block Senate organization. A compromise deferred action on his case. The Capitol awaits the arrival of President Truman to deliver his message. He shakes hands with Senator Vandenberg, President Pro Tem of the Senate, and Speaker Martin, both presiding over the joint session. Each receives a copy of the President's address. Mr. Truman confronts a Congress heavily weighted by the opposition. He delivers his message on the State of the Union.
In the effort to bring about a sound and equitable price structure, each group of our population has its own responsibilities. It is up to industry not only to hold the line on existing prices, but to make reductions whenever profits justify such action. It is up to labor to refrain from pressing for unjustified wage increases that will force increases in the price level. And it is up to government to do everything in its power to encourage high-volume production, for that is what makes possible good wages, low prices, and reasonable profits. What we do or fail to do at home affects not only ourselves, but millions throughout the world. If we are to fulfill our responsibilities to ourselves and to other peoples, we must make sure that the United States is sound economically, socially, and politically. This is an age when unforeseen attack could come with unprecedented speed. We must be strong enough to defeat and thus forestall any such attack. For these reasons, we need well-equipped, well-trained armed forces, and we must be able to mobilize rapidly our resources in men and material for our own defense should the need arise. Let us have the will and the patience to do this job together. May the Lord strengthen us in our faith. May He give us wisdom to lead the peoples of the world in His ways of peace.
The orange is king today, and all Miami turns out to pay him homage. Floats representing all nations and many themes draw hundreds of thousands of admiring Floridians and several visitors to watch the parade, led by Queen Mary Delma Bryce and her court. The Citrus Jamboree brings out Florida's best. Just take a gander. Or maybe you'd rather do a double take on a few peaches. It's all a mad, merry whirl filled with the sunshine of the South and the shimmer of gay butterflies on parade. Or is it mermaids? No, this is not the morning after, but one of those deep-sea East Coast attractions. Doggone, I wish I was there.
$73,000 football fans jammed the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans for the 13th Sugar Bowl Classic between Georgia and North Carolina. The Tar Heels are moving now the aerial route, and the Carolina fans yell for a touchdown. And touchdown it is as Pupa spins over for the score. And the Tar Heels take a second quarter lead over the favored Bulldogs. Georgia scores twice in the third period. The first as a result of this Tar Heel pass, which is intercepted by Tarashinsky, lateral to McPhee, and McPhee runs it back 60 yards in one of the razzle-dazzle plays of the game. It looks like a touchdown for a while, but the Tar Heels finally bring him down by the heels. From here, it takes the Bulldogs 3 plays to put it over. Roush doing the honors from the 1-yard stripe. The Tar Heels score once more on a field goal, but Georgia sews things up in the fourth. Trippy's pass is taken by Edwards, who shakes off one tackler on the way by a shoelace, but it's enough, and Georgia's the winner by a score of 20-10. 90,000 rooters fill the Rose Bowl to overflowing, and here are the highlights of the clash between Illinois and UCLA. The Big 9 conference champs score first on this plunge by Rykovich. The first in a wide-open game that packs in plenty of thrills for the fans. Trailing 6-0, the Bruins strike back. Case lifts along with the Horsch, and the Lukens are on the touchdown path before they crack him to the turf. The Bruins are bearing down. Case sneaks it over for the score. The Pacific Coast champions aren't disappointing their backers at this point. That comes in the second period, when the Illini chalks up 19 points. Buddy Young hammers at the Bruin gate. Young is bad news for the Euclins today, and here he goes, and there goes the ref. You don't want to be in the way of Illinois today. Paul Patterson is another Midwest bull in the Rose Bowl china shop. With a hard-charging line and good blocking, he sets up still another Illinois touchdown and takes it over himself to put the Big 9 Gritters well in the lead. At this point, the Bruins need faith, Bob Hope, and charity, and a long run to ease the sting of a 45-14 defeat. Well, here comes the run, and the runner, Al Horsch, and the longest run in the history of the Rose Bowl. 103 yards in all, a honey of a run, but it didn't affect the outcome of the game. Illinois still wins.
California's Governor Warren reviews Pasadena's 58th Tournament of Roses. Queen Norma Christopher holds court seated on a floral throne attended by her 6 princesses. Santa Barbara's colorful float brings back memories of early Spanish fiestas. And heralding its Rose Bowl game with Illinois, UCLA carries out the gridiron motif to perfection. And what would a Southland parade be without bathing beauties? Santa Clara County features a bicycle built for 2. And Tulip Day in Holland is one of the most striking of the 55 beautiful floats on parade in this holiday in flowers. A 15-foot Easter bunny offers a polite salute to the 1.5 million spectators along the route. Grand Sweepstakes crown goes to the City of Glendale's spectacular float depicting General Washington at Valley Forge. And the patriotic theme continues in an outstanding floral pageant.